Alright, let's check out what's going on with Fantom. So it has been a couple of weeks since we last checked out this chart, so let's see what's been going on since then. So the last video, it looks like we had a price prediction to move down to the 96 cent. This was a 21-22% decrease that we were planning on playing out. You can see we didn't reach the full target, but we did come down about 15.5%. So from what I can see, drawing the Fibonacci from the candle body close all the way up here, it seems like we perfectly backtested the 786. So in hindsight, we probably should have had a range target between the 786 and this low down here, but it seems like nonetheless we pretty much filled our target, came down 16%, backtested the 786 and started to head up. So if I move this Fibonacci back up to the candle wick, we can see what's going on in the short term. Now it does look slightly, it does look very good, but I would just be slightly cautious on entering a trade on Fantom until we do hop over this big red line. Now you can see I have this big red line, and you can see this has previously been resistance here. Once we hopped over it, we had a massive rally, back tested it as support, had a massive rally, came back down, back tested it as support, had another massive rally, back tested it again, had a somewhat dead cat bounce, and once we fell below it, you know, we had a fairly steep drop from the 149 all the way down to the $1. So we pretty much had maybe a 50% drop. Let's see what this was. Only a 30% drop actually. So we came down, pretty much filled our target, and we are now coming up and finding some slight resistance at this trend line. So pardon me. Once again, if I was looking to enter a trade on Fantom, which personally I very much could see myself entering a trade on Fantom in the short term, because looking at this from a macro perspective, we've had a very nice run up. We've backtested the 786 literally perfectly. I mean, look at this candle wick close. If I line it up, you can see it perfectly closed on the 786 Fibonacci. We have had a push up, and we're getting very close to pumping above the 618 Fibonacci at the 159. So all in all, the chart setup for Fantom looks very nice right now. We are seeing an increase in volume that we haven't seen since we put in this all-time high and started decreasing. So all in all, it looks pretty good. If I was looking to enter a trade on Fantom, which I very much could see myself doing in the short term, let me clear up this because we fell below that, making sure I don't have any more invalidated fibs. Let's see where we could potentially be making our next trade to. So get rid of this, drawing this from the local top here down to the low down here. You can see we have a very clear cut area of resistance coming in. Now to start with, 618 Fibonacci, the 7, what is that, is it the 786? No, it's the 236. So we've got double fib right here, and then we have resistance at this this uptrending level of resistance slash support if we do get over it. Currently it's resistance, so we have a massive level of resistance coming in right here. Once again, we've got a double fib, and then we've got this uptrending level of resistance right now. So I think if we are able to have a pump, which it looks like we're getting ready to do, we're having an increase in volume, the RSI, the MFI is heading up, and we've got a very nice bullish engulfing candle over this previous green candle. So I do think in the next day, in the next 2 days or so, we will be shattering through this red box, and at which point, if we do break above it, break above this, come back down, back test the uptrending level of resistance, flip a support, this would be where I'm looking to enter my trade on Fantom. So all in all, the chart looks pretty good. We're seeing an increase in volume. We've back tested the 786 in the macro term, so I have no quarrels that this is macro bullish. But like I said, I would be much more confident entering a trade on Fantom once we do break the big red box here. The ultimate moon level is 159, which we're really not that far away from, which is why I'm not worried about missing out on a 5 cent increase on Fantom, because if we do break above this, if we hit 159, come back down, have a daily close around about the 156, which we very much could do today or in the next couple of days, we would have a extremely nice trade on our hands. I would have my first take profit around about the 0.5 Fibonacci level. Let me mark that red as resistance. You can see that's all the way up at 195. So from the breakup, that would be about a 25% increase. You can also see this would be a very strong level of resistance as well. If I remove this previous red box, we have the 200-day moving average as resistance at the 195, and we also have resistance, or it could potentially be resistance. We could shatter through it and, you know, start to head up. If we do have a strong push above it, back test it, then I may not be taking profits on the trade and I may just be riding it up. But like I said, we've got an area of resistance here. This is anywhere between a 25 and a 26.5% increase. So I think Fantom's a pretty good project. I think the long-term chart is very bullish. I think the micro chart is pretty bullish. If we do get rejected on this uptrending level of resistance, then I'd say as long as we draw our micro fib, let me make sure I'm getting the right price target here. Let me clear this up, because there's so much noise on this chart. Yeah, I can barely tell where it comes to. So yeah, here we go. As long as we stay above the 618, which is all the way down here at 124, then technically we will be bullish, which like I said, I don't think we're going to be coming anywhere near there, because we do have the volume confirming this uptrend. We did backtest the 786, so I don't see why we'd be coming back down anytime soon. Yeah, all in all, I'm just waiting for a break above this big red line here. Let me do this as a 4x so you can see this is a very, very key area, in my opinion, that Fantom would need to flip. Once we do flip this, I think we would have a big trade on our hands, and yeah, I could potentially see myself taking it. So I'll update you if we do have a massive break above it. All in all, Fantom looks pretty good. Volume is increasing. On the weekly, let's check it out. On the weekly, we've got so much room to move up on the RSI and the MFI, because we have been beaten down for a very, very long time. So all in all, it looks pretty good. The only cause for concern I'd have is we do have a massive M pattern right here. You can see the neckline is also this big red line. We've broken down and we've hit it. So this could get very, very ugly if we do get rejected off this red line, which is why I'm being cautious. I personally do think we will break through it, but because I'm a cautious trader, because I want to see this break above, I mean, like I said, the moon line on this is 159. We're at 154 right now. I'm not worried about missing out on a 5 cent increase, because, you know, what is that? A couple of percent? It's a 3% increase, so I'm not worried about missing out on the first 3% if we've got a 26% trade. Like I said, this would need to be flipped, because if this doesn't get flipped, we have this huge M pattern, and if we're just back testing the neckline of this M pattern, we could come all the way down to $1, which, like I said, I don't think we're going to do, but it is very 50-50 right now, so I am just being cautious. Even though the chart looks amazing, I would need to see a break above this neckline. Otherwise, this could be just a massive retest of an M pattern, and then, you know, it could get very, very ugly. So I'll update you on what happens either way. Once again, best of luck if you are holding Fantom. None of this is financial advice. It's just my own opinion on the market. And yeah, cowboy out. Peace.